Did you ever have the
like online? Because that's really what it is. It's the photographs and stuff that come through the feed.
Right.
And I was like, what? Like, because she had like
because she did put it out
stuck
there.
under the bed, like the booty's up in the air with her head stuck under the bed.
Not 50 Cent dropping some freaky exclusive footage that Terrence Howard supposedly sent him about Diddy's wild freak-off parties. Yup, Terrence is finally coming for Diddy with some seriously spicy tea, and it's boiling. Terrence has been speaking out for years about how he got pushed out the game after refusing to play along with the shady stuff happening behind closed doors. And now, with Diddy's name swirling in controversy again, Terrence is pulling back the curtain on the power players nobody dared to expose until now. But it doesn't stop with Diddy, because guess who else got dragged into the mix? Young Miami. Terrence didn't hold back. He's throwing serious claims around, saying Young Miami wasn't just attending these secret parties. He's hinting that she was caught on camera doing some things folks weren't ready to see. And the way he's telling it, it's even messier than anyone expected. What was allegedly on those tapes? Let's just say it's the kind of stuff that could shake up some careers if it ever sees daylight.
Up your manhood? I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man.
And here's the twist. Terrence didn't even wait for someone to bring up Diddy. He came into that podcast interview ready to air everything out. No filter, no hesitation. People were shook because no one had a clue he had this kind of dirt sitting in his back pocket. But once he started talking, it was clear his story lines up with what other folks have been whispering about Diddy for years. This might just be the beginning of something way bigger. So here's the deal. Taman said Diddy hit him up, claiming he needed help with his acting. But let's be real. Diddy acts here and there, sure, but it's not like he's out here chasing Oscars. Why would he need Terrence Howard, a serious actor, to coach him? That's when things started getting weird. Terrence pulled up thinking it was strictly business, all professional vibes. But the second he arrived, Diddy started switching up, like he had a whole different agenda. According to Terrence, the energy turned awkward real fast. He could tell something was off, and he wasn't having none of it. Terrence said loud and clear, he don't play those types of games, and he wasn't there to entertain anything funny. So he shut it down immediately. But that's not even the craziest part. Allegedly, Terrence said Diddy didn't just try it with him. He claimed Diddy was moving wild with every man at those private parties. Said it straight. Every single dude who stepped into those parties had Diddy trying to make a move on them. And get this, Terrence even said, the men lost their man cards at Diddy's parties. Like, whoa. That's why folks are saying it's not safe out here. These parties, they're looking more like traps than VIP events. The vibe is shady, and Terrence isn't the only one hinting at it. But what's even more shocking is this ain't the first time Terrence has spoken up. He's been warning people for years now. Hollywood tried to cancel him because he wouldn't follow their rules. A while back, he came clean about why he really walked away from acting. And no, it had nothing to do with being tired or not booking roles. He said straight up, Hollywood tried to strip him of his manhood. That's what pushed him out. Now he's letting it all out, no holding back. But the second Terrence stood his ground, folks flipped the script on him. Suddenly people were treating him like he was the problem, calling him difficult, and acting like he was causing chaos. Sound familiar? It's the same tired game we've seen play out with women in the industry. Speak out or refuse to play along, and boom, you're the villain.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands-off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man, about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back.
So, when Terrence randomly announced he was retiring from acting back in December 2022, everybody was confused. Like, what? He was still booking big roles, fans were riding with him heavy, and there wasn't any major scandal out in public. No real reason for him to just walk away, unless something shady was going down behind closed doors. And according to Terrence, that's exactly what it was. He said the industry kept trying to force him into uncomfortable situations, stuff that felt like it was aimed at breaking him down and stripping his identity. When he refused to play along, they iced him out. Just like that. He said once he pushed back, Hollywood didn't like it one bit, and the next thing he knew, he was out the loop completely. Even though he eventually came back from retirement, he's been real cautious ever since. And now that he's back, he's not holding back. Terrence has been speaking out loud about the dark side of the entertainment world. No filters, no sugarcoating. One of the biggest things he keeps calling out? The pressure to wear a dress on screen. He said they kept pushing for scenes that had nothing to do with the story, just random moments that felt like they were trying to humiliate him or mess with his manhood. But he stood 10 toes down and said no way. According to him, it wasn't about the role, it was about control, and he wasn't about to let that slide. Sounds like Kat wasn't lying. And let's be real, this convo isn't new. For years, several black male actors have spoken up about being pushed to wear dresses in roles that made no sense. Cat Williams said the same thing during his sit-down with Club Shay Shay. He broke down how Hollywood's got this weird obsession with emasculating men. According to Cat, the pressure to wear a dress or act extra feminine usually shows up right alongside a big fat paycheck. But he wasn't buying it. Cat said he turned down major money more than once just to protect his integrity. And guess who chimed in right after that? Terrence Howard. He jumped in to back it up with his own story. Y'all remember the rumors about him being difficult and getting fired because of his temper? Well, Terrence cleared that all the way up after Cat's interview dropped. He said the real reason he got replaced was because he refused to fold. He stood on his principles, and that's what got him pushed out. According to him, Hollywood wanted him to play along, and he wasn't having it. Terrence even shared a powerful message his dad told him. Never take the vertebrae out your back or the base out your throat. I ain't raised no sheep, I raised men. He said being a man comes with a curse now, 'cause society isn't built for strong men anymore. Everything's gone androgynous. Terrence didn't stop there. In another interview, he went even deeper, claiming there's a secret push to make powerful black men appear weak or effeminate just because they're seen as a threat. He flat out said it's part of a bigger agenda. According to Terrence, the man has been demonized with the new formula. Most men are made to be feminine and stripped of their power. He pointed out how society still allows white men to be shown as strong and dominant. But when it's a black man, suddenly it's labeled dangerous. Terrence even said, I don't want to remove a few chromosomes to fit into someone's story. He called for more space in storytelling, space that lets men be men, while appreciating the beauty of women without having to shrink who they are. Now, after hearing what he said about Diddy recently, fans are putting the puzzle pieces together, and it's starting to make a whole lot of sense. But that's not where it stops. According to one insider, Terrence is allegedly still sitting on even more explosive details, stuff that could be way more damaging than anything he's already said. And 50 Cent might have just confirmed that. At first, after Terrence's viral interview dropped, 50 said he was staying out of it. He posted, "No comment, I'm staying positive. God help us all." But it looks like he's changed his tune real quick. Now he's teasing that he's got some wild freak-off footage, allegedly tied to Diddy's rumored side piece, Young Miami. If what he's hinting at is true, this drama is far from over. It might just be heating up. Word on the street is that Terrence allegedly recorded one of those infamous party nights, and the footage reportedly shows Young Miami caught up in some very questionable situations. But let's be honest, this ain't exactly shocking. The street's been whispering for a minute now that Young Miami knows way more than she's letting on. There's been talk that she wasn't just a bystander at those freak-offs. Some are even saying she was a willing player in the whole scene. And the wildest example? When Diddy's other side piece, Gina Hoying, posted a pic of her and Diddy, Young Miami allegedly lost it. Folks claim she spiraled into full jealousy mode and even made threats about forcing Gina into a freak-off situation. In now-deleted posts, Young Miami allegedly snapped, "Tina, you've been down bad since I stepped in the picture. Crying over a baby for 15 years, just hanging around for that EP&D whenever he felt like it. You a whole eater. Same one crying to Tasha K because you couldn't lock down a baby. Poor Sushi." She didn't stop there. "You want a baby? I got a career. You a freak. Diddy ghosted you after them awards, and you still talking about getting rid of babies." Then came the wildest line. "If I wanted you to eat me, Diddy would have had you on your knees. You a munch. Don't even play with me." That's how raw it got. But it goes deeper, because there's more talk about how Miami allegedly bullied another one of Diddy's women, one who ended up pregnant. According to court documents, this woman is filing under Jane Doe to protect her identity and claims she was coerced into taking substances while inside Diddy's home. This situation is spiraling fast, and the names being dropped? Too heavy to ignore. According to court docs, things took a dark turn in July 2022. Jane Doe says she was instructed by Diddy to come to his LA home, and once there, she ended up in his bathroom where she was forced to take an unknown substance. Later, she found out it was ketamine, or something laced with it. That's when things went black. Jane Doe says she didn't agree to take anything and lost consciousness multiple times that night. When she came to, she was covered in bruises, with no memory of what had happened. She claims this wasn't a one-time thing either. According to her, Diddy would have her put on shows, feed her alcohol and other substances until she passed out, and she'd wake up hurt, confused, and with no idea how she got that way. This reportedly went on all the way up until July 2024. Then, things escalated. Jane Doe says she ended up pregnant with Diddy's baby. That's when, according to the documents, Young Miami allegedly stepped in and began harassing her, pressuring her until she had a miscarriage. The emotional and physical toll was brutal. Shortly after, Jane Doe took a pregnancy test. It came back positive. Once she informed Diddy, the harassment got even worse. The lawsuit claims that Diddy's associate, Karia Brownlee, began calling her repeatedly, demanding she terminate the pregnancy. The legal battle against Diddy is still ongoing, and if these claims hold weight, this situation is way more serious than anyone expected. After suffering a miscarriage, Jane Doe reportedly cut all contact with Diddy and his team for nearly 3 months. And yes, Karia Brownlee, who was allegedly harassing her, is none other than Young Miami of City Girls. And honestly, it's not too far-fetched to believe she'd lash out like that, especially considering how hard she spiraled when Diddy had a baby with another woman back in 2022. But that's not where it stops, because now Lil Rod's lawsuit is adding even more disturbing layers to this whole mess. In the updated filing, he dropped serious allegations involving Young Miami again. He claims she wasn't just showing up to Diddy's infamous parties. She was allegedly there watching everything unfold, silent but present. And then it gets even darker. According to the documents, Lil Rod claims that during one specific party, Diddy was heavily intoxicated and tried offering him cocaine. Lil Rod says he turned it down and walked off to use the bathroom. But while in there, something shocking happened. He claims Young Miami's cousin suddenly burst into the restroom and started groping him. He believes Diddy sent her in there on purpose. What happened next? According to Lil Rod, she dropped to her knees and performed a sexual act on him without consent. He says he pushed her away and rushed out of the bathroom immediately. These are serious allegations, and if they're true, it paints a disturbing picture of what was really happening behind those closed doors. The lawsuits are stacking up, and the names being dragged in, it's getting harder and harder to ignore. But it didn't stop there. According to the docs, Young Miami's cousin allegedly refused to take no for an answer. After Mr. Jones pushed her away in the bathroom, she reportedly followed him out, undressing as she chased him. Then she allegedly tried to straddle him and force herself on him right in front of Diddy and his staff. And that's just one incident. Another disturbing moment happened on Thanksgiving night, 2022 in Miami. Mr. Combs allegedly asked Mr. Jones and another man, Forrest Taylor, to step into a studio bathroom. Once inside, he reportedly asked them for a $100 bill so they could use it to snort cocaine. Mr. Jones said he was terrified, but luckily didn't have the cash. So Diddy waited, and later did the nose candy with Young Miami instead. But the allegations don't stop at party behavior. Mr. Jones also claims that young Miami played a much bigger role, allegedly helping Diddy move substances around and even delivering them to him no matter where he was. This wasn't just a one-time thing either. During rehearsals for the Something in the Water Festival in Virginia, the lawsuit says Mr. Jones personally saw Diddy using cocaine in his dressing room. And when Diddy asked for another drug, Tucci, but someone forgot to bring it, a woman named Christina Coram allegedly had it sent over from Miami through none other than young Miami herself. And then came the most explosive claim yet. Mr. Jones accused young Miami of allegedly being involved in sex work for Diddy, receiving monthly payments in return for her services. If these claims are even half true, this story is way deeper than anyone thought. According to court documents, young Miami, Jade, and Daphne Joy were all allegedly receiving monthly payments to work as Diddy's personal escorts, paid through wire transfers by Robin Greenhill. The paperwork claims this was part of an ongoing criminal operation involving Diddy and his inner circle. Now, there's been a long list of people linking young Miami to Diddy, but it looks like things just got way more serious. Word is, 50 Cent might be sitting on some footage that caught her in 4K, and if that's true, it's about to get messy real quick. And let's be honest, 50 Cent is the last person you want holding receipts on you. He's King Petty, and when it comes to Diddy, that beef goes way back. Over 20 years of tension, sneak disses, and shady shots. So if 50 really has that footage, it's only a matter of time before he drops it and sets the internet on fire again. So what do you think about young Miami getting dragged back into the mess thanks to Terrence Howard's bombshell claims? Is he finally exposing the truth, or is it just more Hollywood chaos? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't hold back. Smash that like button, hit subscribe so you don't miss what's next, and trust me, you're going to want to see the next video. It's hot out here and the drama just getting started. See you in the next one.